Hey everybody, how's it going? This is my second video of the night. I did incidental to Doctor Who Series 2, and now I'm going to take a look at the videos that I've gotten since Christmas. It's a pretty sizable stack. This is the second time I'm recording this video. The first one got messed up, so hopefully if my heart doesn't seem into this, it's because it's the second time I've had to do it. But I'll try to put some energy into it. What was I trying to get across in the first time? Let me think. Now, the point is that these are all the movies and TV shows that I've gotten since Christmas. And it's a good stack, but I'm lucky enough I got some really nice gift cards and some nice cash presents from friends and relatives. And spent a few bucks of my own. And wound up with a nice stack to add to the collection. So without further ado, we'll get started with the TV shows. I got season 12 of Family Guy, which I think is a really funny show. I don't think there's enough good comedy on TV these days. There's tons of TV shows out there, but there's not a lot of cool comedy. And I think Family Guy still holds up as a funny show. It's got a slipcover with a different case. I got season 16 of South Park. If you watched my prior video last month, you saw I got South Park season 15. What I don't like about South Park is some of them come like this, some of them come like this. I'd much rather have these boxes. Because, for the simple reason that these just open up in like a cheap kind of case. But I got 16 and I was able to find it in this. And isn't that just so much nicer when it comes with like fold out artwork like that, and it's much more heavy duty, strong cardboard or paper, whatever the heck it's made of. And South Park is another show that I've been a fan of since it came out in 1996 when I was 19, and this is season 16, so I only have to get 17, and my collection will be complete as of now. Another Comedy Central series that has largely been forgotten, but I got a good price on this from Amazon. All 6 seasons, all 32 hours of Reno 911. My opinion, a real funny show. All 6 seasons, let's see, 1,945 minutes. That, my friends, is over 30 hours. And let's see, commentary on 32 episodes, over an hour of deleted scenes, 2 hours of outtakes, bunch of other stuff. It's got this slipcase. I love this show. It's really funny, cops, mockumentary type thing. Only thing I'm not in love with is this case. Looks okay, right? But then you open it up, and there's the DVDs, and they flip over like this, which isn't too bad, but this isn't broken, trust me, I checked. This is the way it comes. And they just kind of, it's like a stack of baseball cards or something, I don't know. But regardless, I got a nice price and over 30 hours of absolute hilarity. The only other disappointment is season 1 is censored for language, but seasons 2 through 6 are uncensored. And all 6 seasons are absolutely hilarious. You're getting 32, 33 hours plus another 3, 4, 5 hours of special features. Great stuff. I am a big fan of Mystery Science Theater. This is volume 29. Another great release from Shout Factory. Shout Factory, Scream Factory, they put out so much cool stuff. I think they're up to volume 31 of Mystery Science Theater 3000, but this is 29. Out of the 31, I think I have about a dozen, so I have some catching up to do. But anybody who knows they give you these little mini posters of each movie that's included. Puma Man with Donald Pleasance, Untamed Youth, Hercules and the Captive Women, and The Thing That Couldn't Die. Anybody who knows what that was a reference to, bonus points to you. And my final box set that I have to tell you the price of this. This is a $100 set that I got on Amazon, and I'm really excited about it because I literally got it for $14.99. The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr. This is such a fun show. It only lasted one season from 1993-94, starring, obviously, Bruce Campbell. It's a Western comedy sci-fi show. Typical Bruce Campbell humor, but very atypical TV show, which is why it didn't last, because it seems like on TV, unique shows just don't last, because everybody wants to see more of, well, I'm getting off on a rant, but everybody wants to see cookie cutter crap. But this was a unique show, and it is funny and exciting, and it's a really cool set too. I can see why they originally charged $100, although I wouldn't pay that much, but for $15. There's the cast, and there is one of my favorites of all time. I'm sorry about the glare, you probably can't tell, but that is John Astin, ladies and gentlemen, the original Gomez Addams. And so Bruce Campbell and John Astin in one show is fantastic. 7 discs worth of shows, an 8th disc of special features. If you can find this still on Amazon for $15, pick this up. The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr. How long is this? This is 1,385 minutes. So yeah, so that's like 23 hours. Plus like a whole 8th disc of special features. Lots of goodness there. Okay, so moving over to movies. Pretty much the only comedy movie I got, $5. I got on Amazon, Revenge of the Nerds on Blu-ray. Really cool. It's got about an hour-long documentary, a commentary with Bobby Carradine and Timothy Busfield, and the guy who played Booger, what's his name? Curtis Armstrong. He does a voice on American Dad, the other Seth MacFarlane show, which is nowhere near as funny as Family Guy. Deleted scenes. And there's the Revenge of the Nerds TV pilot, which I don't think was ever aired. And I watched it, and it really is not funny. It's just a rehash of the TV show, but it's really cool to have in the collection. And this is a classic, great 80s comedy. I don't know if you would consider this exploitation. I don't think you would, but it has a couple of those elements, but it's 80s comedy at its finest. And boy, I'll tell you, some of the sequels got stupid, but Revenge of the Nerds, that is up there in comedies. Okay, now Roger Corman. For Christmas, I got the Slumber Party Massacre 3 set, parts 1, 2, and 3, and the Roger Corman's Cult Classics. I got a couple more, but at FYE, I picked this up for $1.99. AMC's Monster Fest collection. This was only $2, and it was new, so, or at least they told me it was new. They could have rewrapped it. Who knows? I used to work at FYE when it was called The Wall, and believe me, sometimes they rewrap stuff and sell it as new. Don't tell anybody I said that. Besides, that was back in the previous century. Long, long time ago. So things might have changed. But this has A Bucket of Blood, Little Shop of Horrors, The Terror with Boris Karloff and Jack Nicholson. Karloff's like last, or one of his last. And Jack Nicholson was one of his first, or his very first film. And The Wasp Woman. 4 movies, 2 discs, $2. Not bad. But then getting back to the Roger Corman Cult Classic Collection. On DVD, I know this is available on Blu-ray, but I got this for a real good price, so I settled for the DVD. I got Piranha. And these are such good... I love these. They all come with booklets with really interesting... They're not always very long, but really interesting essays and reversible covers. This is the cover that when you buy it you see. This is the reversible cover. I've already switched it. Really fun movie. Joe Dante, who made Gremlins. Yeah. Audio commentary with Joe Dante. There's a making of, bloopers, trailers, still galleries, additional scenes from the network version. Shout Factory. Always outdoing themselves. And on this one I did get on Blu-ray. Came in the mail just today. Galaxy of Terror. Robert Englund is in this. Sid Haig is in this. It's an Alien ripoff, but it's fun. And I haven't seen it in a long time. And I am watching this as soon as I make this video. As soon as I'm done making this video. As this video is uploading, I will be watching this with a nice cold can of Coca-Cola and some nachos. Like Beavis and Butthead. Nachos, yeah. You see the disc is even missing because I already have it queued up in the Blu-ray player. It's another cool booklet with another cool essay. There's the great Robert Englund in 1980 or 81. 80, I believe. Oh, whatever. Either 80 or 81. And then the reversible cover on this is a completely different movie. It is the same movie. Mind Warp, An Infinity of Terror. If you read the booklet, it explains why that, you know, certain movies like this were released in certain places under different titles, and so on and so forth. Fans know all about this kind of stuff, but it's always interesting to read new stuff about. And this has a commentary. I popped it in just to see. The documentary is like an hour long, and then, like, you know, the photo galleries, all kinds of cool stuff. Let's see. From Best Buy, I picked up two multi-film collections. From New Line Cinema, I got Final Destination 1, 2, 3, and 4 in this cool shiny slipcover. And the discs are separate. It is 4 separate discs, even though it looks like 2. I'm not a huge fan of when they stack them like this, but this is 1 and 2, and that's 3 and 4. Well, it's actually not 4, it's called The Final Destination, but it's part 4. And these movies are goofy and not exactly Citizen Kane, but for horror movies, they have some really, like, the most inventive kills, I think, of the new century in any horror movies, except for maybe Hatchet. Hatchet is my favorite movie. Hatchet is my favorite horror movie since 2000. I think I can safely say that. But these they're right up there with inventive kills. The Hatchet movies are much better movies, but these have really inventive, just almost comical kills. And these are funny movies to watch with your friends, to sit around and just try to guess how the next goofball is going to kick the bucket. And that brings me to Wrong Turn parts 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 on Blu-ray. Now, I already have parts 4, 5, and 6 on separate Blu-rays, but I couldn't pass this up because I found this at Best Buy for $15. And it has the first 5 Wrong Turn films in their original Blu-ray discs, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. and they have all the special features that are included. I'm a special features geek, so the more features, the better for me. And I love documentaries, I love commentaries, and this has them all. So I guess I did double dip on parts 4 and 5 because, like I said, I have 4, 5, and 6 individually, but I didn't have 1, 2, and 3. So now I have all 6. And by the way, if anybody's watching this video and they would like parts 4 and or 5, and they'd like to trade something for them, I'd be willing to, talk about a trade. I know those movies, they're in Blu-ray and they're in pristine condition. Trust me, I take care of my stuff. But still, I know they're not worth a lot. But if you got something maybe you'd like to trade to pick up parts 4 and or 5, we can work something out, maybe like a $5, $10 item, whatever. It doesn't matter. Otherwise, I'll just be selling them to a pawn shop to recoup a few bucks. These aren't good enough movies that I really feel the need to keep parts 4 and 5 in their individual cases. I'm happy enough to have this. I wish if part 6 was included, I'd be getting rid of part 6 too. Part 6 was horrible, but I'm a completist. Part 1 was good with Elijah Dushku. Part 2 was awesome with Henry Rollins. Joe Lynch directed that. I honestly can't remember what part 3 was about. No, part 3 was the one where they were the prisoners, and the bus that was transporting them crashed, and they ran into the bad guys. And part 4 was what's it called? Bloody Beginning? Yeah, Bloody Beginnings. That's the one in the snow that kind of explains how it all started. And part 5 was pretty cool because it had Doug Bradley. And part 6 throws away everything you knew about parts 1 to 5. Part 6 really sucked. I bought it when it first came out, and I am going to hang on to it, but whatever. Then I got Christmas Evil from Vinegar Syndrome. It's a Blu-ray DVD combo. Nothing special about the packaging, but it does have it's got a 4K restoration. It's got 3 commentaries, 2 from the director, an older one and a newer one, I guess, and 1 with the director, Lewis Jackson, along with John Waters. And I love John Waters. I love listening to him talk. I compare him not as a director, but as a raconteur. I compare him to Kevin Smith. He's one of those filmmakers who I don't love every one of his films, just like Kevin Smith. For example, Kevin Smith. I love Chasing Amy. I love Clerks. But I hated Tusk. I was not a big fan of Clerks 2. But if you watch those in Evening with Kevin Smith movies, or just stand-up, whatever it is, the question and answer sessions he does, he's so interesting. He's got a way with words. And so whenever Kevin Smith, and I have some stuff that he does the commentary on Donnie Darko, which is a movie I don't like, but I like listening to Kevin Smith talk. And John Waters, there's movies he's made that I love, there's movies he's made that I don't care for. But to hear him sit there and talk about Christmas Evil for an hour and 25 minutes, whatever it is just hour and 35 minutes, is a real treat. He is another great raconteur. He is a funny guy, and he's got some great insights. And this is a really nice, maybe not as nice as the Arrow set because there's no slipcover, but it does have a 4K restoration. It's got 3 commentaries. It's got the archival interviews, deleted scenes, screen tests, the vintage test screening comment cards. So Christmas Evil, great Christmas horror movie. Got it a little bit late, but I'll enjoy it next Christmas to go along with Silent Night, Deadly Night, which I have parts 1, 2, and 3. This one I got on sale at Amazon. I will be shortly picking up parts 1 and 3. I have part 1 on VHS somewhere in my basement, and I don't have part 3, but I got a real good price on Amazon a few weeks ago for Maniac Cop 2 from Blue Underground. And I was lucky enough to get it with the slipcover. Bruce Campbell, another Bruce Campbell movie. He is in this. He starred in part 1, and he is in this. I won't spoil for you, but he is in part 2 with Robert Davi, I guess his name is it Davy or Davi? It's Davi, right? It's got to be. And Robert Zadar. I almost said Dazar. Robert Zadar, who is the Maniac Cop. Of course, directed by William Lustig, who did Maniac with Joe Spinell. Maniac Cop, really great movies. Maniac Cop 1, 2, and 3. 3 maybe not so much, but 1 and 2 are awesome. And I'm really proud to have this in my collection. Okay. 3 movies from Synapse Films. I guess Synapse is one way to pronounce it. Synapse is another, but whatever. I got 3 of them. And shout out to Aaron Pinn for suggesting this first one. Aaron, thanks a lot for suggesting this. You are a great Canadian horror buff, and you said in one of your videos that you could not go wrong with this movie, and I trusted you, and you did not lead me astray with Curtains. Really, I consider myself pretty knowledgeable about movies, especially horror movies, but I am not one of those snobs who thinks he knows everything, and I am always willing to learn something new, and I am always appreciative when somebody turns me on to something that I was not previously aware of. And I will be honest, I was not really aware of this movie. I might have heard of it in passing. I don't know. I don't think I ever even heard of it, to be honest with you guys. But Aaron, thanks for turning me on to this. Curtains from Synapse. Horrific special features, it says. They're anything but horrific. And it's a 2K transfer, an all-new 2014 documentary, audio commentary track, alternate audio track with vintage interviews. Really good stuff. Really good Canadian horror movie. Curtains. Check it out, guys. The second is Thou Shalt Not Kill Except, and Sam Raimi, Bruce Campbell movie. Bruce Campbell's not in it, but he's a co-writer. Ted Raimi is in it. Let's see. Screenplay by Josh Becker and Scott Spiegel, but what do you call? Bruce Campbell does get a co-write credit. Directed by Josh Becker, but yeah, Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell came up with the original Strikers War, which was a short film that this movie was based on. This is really cool. It's a really cool movie about a guy who comes home from Vietnam, and his buddies that were in Nam with him come to visit him, and some trouble goes down in the hometown, and they get their revenge on this guy, played by Ted Raimi, who's like a Charles Manson cult leader type. And they screw around with our hero's girlfriend and the girlfriend's father, and our returning Vietnam veterans get their revenge. And this is a Blu-ray DVD combo with, like I said, it's got the original Strikers War 8mm short film, made in Michigan, the making of, 2 audio commentaries, one with Bruce Campbell. You can tell I'm a Bruce Campbell fan. We've got Maniac Cop 2, Briscoe County, and Thou Shalt Not Kill Except. A real cool reversible cover. This is the cover you're probably all familiar with, if at all. But I really like this one, so I flipped it. Plus, I'm so used to seeing this. This, by the way, was the last VHS I ever bought new. I bought VHS since then, but back in like 2000 or something, this came out in a clamshell, one of those big clamshell cases as a special release. And it was the very last VHS that I ever bought in new condition. But I am happy to have it on Blu-ray. And 3 out of 3 from Synapse Films is Jamie Lee Curtis and Leslie Nielsen in Prom Night. Another great one with the horrors of Hamilton High, the making of, additional scenes, audio commentaries, really cool stuff. And another reversible cover. That's the more recognizable cover. Again, so for some variety, I flipped it, so we have Prom Night on that side. So, from Synapse, Prom Night, Thou Shalt Not Kill Except, and thanks to Aaron, Curtains. And then, just a couple more. From Scream Factory, for Christmas, I got the Vincent Price Collection Volume 2, so out of order. But the Vincent Price Collection Volume 1 I finally picked up. And this is great. The Pit and the Pendulum, Mask of the Red Death, The Haunted Palace, Fall of the House of Usher, Abominable Dr. Phibes, and The Witchfinder General, a.k.a. The Conqueror Worm. Plus a really classy booklet with plenty of cool pictures and an essay. So, Scream Factory, as usual, outdoes themselves with another 7 movies. I believe this one has 7. No, 6. The other one had 7. So yeah, another 6 movies here on part 1 of the Vincent Price collection. And then Phantasm 2, which I should have gotten a long time ago, but I just got a few weeks ago. Cool slipcover with, again, the reversible artwork. Can't wait until somebody besides Anchor Bay, because those Anchor Bay parts 1, 3, and 4 are really expensive. I know different companies own whatever, but can't wait until Phantasm 1, 3, and 4 get a Blu-ray release. So Phantasm 2, plenty of cool special features. And last but not least, this one also came this week, George A. Romero and Stephen King's The Dark Half with Timothy Hutton, and lots of cool special features. So those are the movies I've gotten since Christmas. So thanks everybody for watching. We're coming up on about 28 minutes. If this cuts off, sorry about that, but sorry for being out of frame. But a lot of cool movies, and I hope you found some stuff you liked. Sorry, didn't want to get that close to you. And yeah, I hope you found some stuff you liked. And as Gene and Roger used to say, we'll see you at the movies. Have a good night.